Well, I guess we can call the painting finished now. I raised, this line was dropping quite a bit, and you know, because there's just a bit on this side and just a bit on this side, thought it might be a little less disturbing if design-wise I just made them more equal than they were. This driveway has been more or less reduced to a pile of rubble. I've painted this in using pretty much straight raw umber and white in areas, and then cobalt blue and raw umber in other areas. Gone into, you know, this green, and this green on the bottom. That's yellow ochre, ultramarine blue, and burnt sienna. And then removing the burnt sienna and just going to ultramarine blue and a bit of yellow ochre and a bit of white for this slight variation in the green here. Decided to fill in this little window partly with just a bit of alizarin crimson and white and a hint of yellow ochre. And I was mentioning that I had not used any cad orange on the elevator up to a point. Now I have. In the finishing of it, I took cadmium orange medium and a bit of cad yellow pale, loaded it onto my brush, and then wiped most of it off of my brush. So I was almost dry brushing a little bit over the texture of the already dried paint that was on the elevator, and just laid in places a few shots of that color because it brought the chrome up a little bit and the value up a little bit. And I felt it was a bit too vertical, light here and dark here. So I encroached on this area and this area with some of these colors just to bring it up at more of an angle. I've painted in the doorway here. I've just put some shapes in, indication of studs and bracing, and you know, maybe some box or boxes or plywood or something that's been nailed to the wall. Again, the elevator hasn't been in use for a long time. The back wall is closed off. Maybe it was, you know, the early grain elevators, you could only drive in and back out again because it's very expensive, of course, to drive right through. That's adding a lot more expense to the construction of something like that. So anyway, you know, like I say, a million developments, a million stories the thing has to tell. That's it for here. I guess I'll pop it off the camera and zoom in and give you a quick scan around. Oh, I'll mention the colors in here as well. The colors that I've used inside that driveway, or inside that the shed on the side of the grain elevator, is will be raw umber, burnt sienna, and a bit of ultramarine blue and white. No ultramarine blue on the gray areas, but then I've gone between the studs by using ultramarine blue and burnt sienna and just such a small amount of white just to keep it fairly dark. You know, shapes, it's up to the viewer to imagine what's been done in there. I think the shapes work, you know, with the painting. I'm very happy with this little guy. All right, let me just take you through. Okay, some close-up stuff here to start with. Always like to show some of the brush strokes. See, it gradually goes into cools off and turns into a purple there. And then a little browner on the bottom. You can see that moss on the roof a little now. And having a peek inside that doorway. Okay. So, yeah, that's it for that one. Okay, talk to you soon.